Dr. Moitse, its Chief Operating Officer, Mr. Mola, and of course, two trustees of Kagiso Trust, and that is Mr. Nematalu and Ms. Patrice. There's also numerous other senior staff members of Kagiso present, and many staff members of university colleagues. We highly acknowledge your presence. Without further ado, colleagues, I want to introduce and invite forward Professor Tenjiwe Mjiwa, Vice Chancellor of University of Mpumalanga, to formally welcome you and to open our time proceedings. Professor Mjiwa, thank you.
Thank you, Program Director, for ushering me in. I see that you were written up as the chairperson here, and I'm seated next to the chairperson, and I'm thinking he's going to be asking me, what on earth is happening? Is it a what? So next to you being an EDC, it is also chairperson. So congratulations on your chairpersonship of whatever it is that we are doing. Okay, we're very happy that we get to see you in this in your maiden visit in this maiden hall, and which is also tends to be my maiden visit. So we're all fresh and new and young and very much vibrant. Yeah, stand on your pot. And let me just thank the representatives of Kagiso and the chair that we've had a chat with and discovered that we have some connections, at least geographically, you know, where he was schooled, there I was born. Colleagues from Kagiso, the trustees, the distinguished guests, management of the University of Pako is there, the head of school also, Prof. Strubel, our DVC, Research, Innovation and Internationalization. He keeps me very busy. I'm really panting for my breath with all the things that I get to be involved in. I extend my welcome and good morning, Sanbonani, Mpumalanga, Gusile, as you say, we in one of our three languages that are official at the university. Luchan. For this university, this occasion is very significant as we gather to formalize this partnership with Kagiso Trust. Kagiso Trust may not recall, but you funded some of my projects, a younger me, as a researcher at one point when I was with the Human Sciences Research Council. So you're circling back to come to be with me in this partnership, and I very much appreciate it. Your presence here today reflects your commitment to human development. It reflects your commitment to strengthening knowledge advancement, strengthening our communities, ensuring that we hold hands in contributing meaningfully to the development agenda, knowing that Kagiso Trust is about development, it's about the person, it's about the warm body, it's about ensuring that the intent and commitment of what we get to do is realized together through these kinds of relationships that we build to ensure that the growth is not just only a solo, individualistic, but it is inclusive growth. And within that, of course, that it has innovation in it. Hence, the theme that we're having is very innovative in its pursuits, and I am hoping that this relationship shall have the social impact that we all looking to have. For us, as a fast-growing university, we're actually growing in thousands percentage. So the percentage, it's go up to 100, but we've grown in 6,000 plus in percentage, a percentage that doesn't exist. So we have moved to be not just only growing in that fashion, but a very dynamic university, and that ensures that we continue to build not just only these kinds of relationships, but the reputation as an institution that is responsive to societal needs. For us, it's not really, as you can see, we have DDC being the program director as a research champion, but not just that. It's not just only about that, but it's how that research has an impact on our societies, on our young, on us as the managers, and that we generate information, knowledges, content, as my children will say, content, your content is not well. So content that actually respond to solving real world challenges. For us, it's not about just good research reports that come out of the research that Prof. Strubel and his team is doing, are doing, but just to say what's important, what transformation is coming out of what we are doing. So these kind of partnerships are an enabling environment, a forum that we want to combine all our strengths, all our excellence, all our expertise, including my team here that's always getting us to be heard and recorded and stream some of these things that we do to ensure that the content is on point as part of what we're looking at through the theme of the fourth industrial revolution that we have. So colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, chair of the trust, together we have this opportunity. Let's use this opportunity to get research to inform policy, to get policy to inform practices, to get practices to change our behavioral patterns and an ethical overview of things, and to get us to have less of what we hear every day about what happens in terms of who has been found, and forfeiture units are going into their houses, and organizations, what's happening at Mpumalanga Commission. I look at such partnerships to bring about hope, to bring about faith, to bring about advancement of ethical behavioral patterns that will say we're part of turning around the trajectory of where we're going now is not that good, but through this capacity building, development, innovative approaches that we putting our hands together, we want to be advancing what we are actually about. So as I end, I want to say that I welcome you, and I'm particularly encouraged by the prospects of the joint projects, publications, having read through the briefing that Prof. Strubel shared with me, the seminars, the conferences, the postgraduate students, the thought leadership programs that I've learned about, that are in the making and in the oven. And through all these collaborative efforts, we can ensure that research is not just research for its own good, and it's not just only blue research, but it remains confined in excellence, which is what we propagate and live by. That's one of our DNA values, that it is bringing about policy on the table, policy briefs that are easily communicable to people like the Premier, whom I'm meeting shortly. Just to also explain one of the reasons I want to stay long, he said, I'll come to your office, don't come to mine. How humbled I am. But he must open his purse. That's what I expect of him to do. He can't be getting here free of charge. With that, as institutions and as organizations, we very much are about social progress. Therefore, allow me to end by appreciating all of you, appreciating those that have worked behind the scenes. I've been hearing about the trust that is going on, Kagiso, with all the teams that have been meeting, the work that's been happening behind the scenes. And when I saw this morning, as I was preparing this welcome address, there is even implementation program that is on the cards. I like that, so that you don't just become a relationship that's existing in our virtual computers, but to turn that into what is implementable. And therefore, as we prepare to sign this MoU, we want to view it as a moment of us concluding this theoretical process that we've been engaging on now, moving into the practical, the implementation, the operationalization of an exciting journey that's lying ahead. I look forward to be part of this journey. I look forward that our students are part of this journey, and that as it is their second day on campus back from the long recess, that we want to say we've made a contribution to our collective knowledge generating processes, and therefore I want to say let's have from each other inspiring moments of engaging and ensuring that this MoU becomes a marriage that leads to other marriages and become polygamous, as I've seen that celebrating the fact that even within the university, it's not just one discipline, but it's more than one discipline that's collaborating on this MoU. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for framing our intent, framing the future of our partnership, really displaying what the value addition is that the university brings, already adding value to the extraordinary profile and work that Kagiso Trust has done many decades. Thank you also for your leadership and vision in taking this university, if I may say, our university to the next level. And we certainly do that close partnership with strong role players like Kagiso Trust. Thank you. Colleagues, it's really my pleasure to ask Dean Nebutalu, the chairperson of Kagiso Trust, to make a few remarks on behalf of Kagiso, whereafter we will move into the formalization of agreement. Mr. Nebutalu, thank you.
Program Director. I'm proud.
Able.
And I'm very far from being likened to a Chinese. So, Program Director, Vice Chancellor, Professor Kenjiwe Mediwa. I must say on this note, as I salute you, that I thank you for your warm words of welcome. This is quite an emotional visit to me because I've had a lot of links in Mpumalanga in my previous jobs. And I love your program. It's a beautiful program. I also appreciate the reign that you have taken. Previously, I have been at the helm of an education department in the province. I don't envy it. I know it's more of a national service job, but I wish you the very best. And you can also count on some of us to lift up your head as you continue to contribute to this august mission of developing our community. Let me also salute the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Professor Aldo Huber, members of Council, the executive leadership. We also have Kagiso Trust trustees and executives. There was a big confusion in the previous term of KT, I was the chair of the programs committee. And the chair of the programs committee is very important on occasions like this. So when always referred to Kagiso as chairperson of the board, he is the chair of the programs committee. And in many respects, he really is the owner of this kind of programs that we embarked upon in terms of trustee. And we also have Professor there, Bali. Thanks for coming. Oh, she's young, one of the youngest professors, but always there in the Kagiso Trust program. We recruited her to bring in some young blood, and she has come with a big bag. And we celebrate you and your presence here with us. And of course, we also have the executive CEO. If we don't talk nicely to you, Mpumalanga might not get the resources that it needs. So, very nice. Distinguished academics, partners, stakeholders, colleagues, and the whole management team, and ladies and gentlemen. Good morning to you all. Now, it is a pleasure to be here with you today as we celebrate the beginning of what we believe will be a meaningful and impactful partnership between Kagiso Trust and the University of Mpumalanga. Today's MoU, Memorandum of Understanding signing ceremony, marks the start of a shared journey of our roles and contribution to the development of our country in the best ways our institutions know. Kagiso Trust is one of South Africa's leading development agencies with a proud legacy of nearly 4 decades of partnering with communities, government, civil society, academia, and the private sector to drive sustainable socio-economic development. Guided by our purpose of igniting human capacity, we work to unlock the potential of individuals, institutions, and communities through initiatives that strengthen education, local governance, socio-economic development, and active citizenry. We believe that lasting change is achieved by empowering people with the knowledge, skills, and opportunities to shape their own future. As Kagiso Trust, we bring practical experience from nearly 4 decades of working with communities, government, private sector, and other non-governmental organizations across our country, South Africa. Through this work, we have seen firsthand how partnerships between academia and development organizations can generate knowledge, strengthen evidence-based practice, and create meaningful, lasting impact. For us, as Kagiso Trust, this partnership is particularly significant because the University of Mpumalanga becomes the 6th university in South Africa that we have established formal strategic research partnerships with in the past 5 years or so. And this reflects our commitment to working closely with universities, research institutions, and thought leaders to address some of the most pressing challenges facing our country and continent. Through, amongst other things, creation of and sharing knowledge, as well as implementation of joint development initiatives. We continue to be a great supporter of education and a champion of systemic best practices in education in a number of different ways. We bring into this partnership practical experience from 4 decades of working in the development space. We have also seen firsthand how partnerships and collaborations between academia and development organizations can create meaningful impact. We know that real change happens when organizations come together, share knowledge, and combine their capabilities or expertise. Universities are not only spaces of learning, they are centers of innovation, research, and designing solutions for solving societal challenges. Partnering and collaborating with academic institutions allows us to leverage the academia research expertise in creating knowledge and scientifically validating socio-economic development solutions that are need to address societal challenges. We have collaborated in a research MoU with the following institutions, amongst others: the University of Limpopo. There we sponsored a master's student around former business development support, in which a dissertation on water irrigation, cost, and farm output, case of selected crops in Limpopo province. That was a dissertation by Mr. K.D. Dandani, Master of Commerce in Accounting, was compiled. The study enlightened us on how cost of different irrigation systems and farm layouts informs decisions farmers take to address water scarcity and drought, among other things. We co-hosted KT's first mathematics symposium in 2021, where lessons of the African mathematics in tradition and culture with Professor Masha, best practices in maths pedagogy, Dr. Sibia and Professor Kazima from University of Malawi, and learning shared by Daniel Hoos, one of South Africa's matriculants with top scores in mathematics. The symposium brought around a panel with wealth of knowledge in mathematics, teaching, and learning skills, which included Global Award winner maths teacher from KZN, maths professors from the University of Limpopo and University of Malawi, and one of top mathematics matriculants in this country. You can also note there that as Kagiso Trust, we don't believe in a closed country. We believe in partnership, even with our neighbors and indeed in the whole global community. So in Stellenbosch University, we sponsored Ms. Rufaro T. Mashaya for a studies of factors influencing the degree of smallholder farmers market participation. The case study of Kanyakude and Zululand District, KwaZulu-Natal province of South Africa. That was a Master of Agricultural Sciences. And in the Northwest University, produced knowledge on subject around local government, municipalities, efficiencies through access to community participation and benefit. Miss Ntsojolo Lwana, an analysis of barriers and access to local economic development opportunities. The case of Mahikeng region, it was a Master of Commerce in Economics. University of the Western Cape, we co-hosted the second mathematics symposium in 2022 with a panel constituted by Global Teacher Award winner Peter Tabichi from a school in Pwani village in Kenya, as well as another top South African matric learner, Anna Grill, and representative of the Statistician General of Statistics South Africa, and a round table for input into the Thabo Mbeki Foundation research on education in the 21st century, responding to the challenges and opportunities of the 4IR. These partnerships have taught us an important lesson. When efforts for research, innovation, policy, and practice are brought together, we can unlock solutions that are both impactful and lead to sustainable development. This is exactly why we are excited about our partnership with the University of Mpumalanga. South Africa continues to face significant challenges, including unemployment, poverty, inequality, skills shortages, and digital exclusion. At the same time, we are entering a future increasingly shaped by technology, innovation, and the fourth industrial revolution era that is dictating future skills. These changes present tremendous opportunity, but only if access for all to participate and benefit. Through this partnership with the University of Mpumalanga, we look forward to, among other things, first, conduct joint research that informs policy and implementable development solutions. Secondly, to create and share knowledge that responds to both local and national priorities. Fourth, thirdly, to support innovation, leveraging of technology, and inclusive economic development. And fourthly, to create opportunities for students and researchers to engage with the real world development challenge. The true success of this partnership will not be measured by today's signatures, but by what we achieve together in the years ahead. The research we produce, the programs we implement, and the impact we create. This is a partnership for us to learn together, grow together, and make meaningful contribution to our country's development. So on behalf of Kagiso Trust, I would like to thank the leadership and management of the University of Mpumalanga for their commitment and willingness to partner with us. We are a partner like no other. We are a partner like no other. We bring value to any partnership. I am sure that the university will be able to benefit immensely from this partnership. I thank you. Oh, thank you.
Chairperson, thank you very much for the excellent words. May I please invite Professor Miua to join us at the table in I can assure you, Chairperson, that you will also greatly benefit from the partnership with the University of Mpumalanga. That's indeed the purpose. And colleagues, as we gather then on the formalization of this historic partnership between the Kagiso Trust and the University of Mpumalanga, we celebrate the future together, celebrate the impact and broad range of programs that we've supported, and certainly to see a partnership of not only number 6, but your first new university, your first young university that we are for. So colleagues, post the signing, which is ceremonial and electronic at this stage, we will invite a handful of our participants to join for a group photo. And Dr. Nkite can facilitate the program going.
I had that. Okay.
Thank you, colleagues. So we'll first ask Professor Iwe to sign electronically on this agreement of the university.
I'll print my name as well.
I think it's good like it is.
Okay. I'll just
Thank you very much.
Oh, we got signed.
Chairperson, Tolu, thank you very much. Colleagues, we celebrate then the formalization of this agreement between the two. We ask the CEO to join briefly for a quick photo, and I do apologize for our extreme time pressure, will I explain in a moment. Dr. Nkipe, Professor Park, who has unfortunately left already for another. You're in the middle of your thing. Thank you very much. Thank you. Can we say
Let's pick one first.
Oh, okay.
Hey, wait a bit. Let's pick one. Pick one first.
You want to do? Yes.
Thank you very much. Alex, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed. We also acknowledge and appreciate your indulgence with excusing Professor Miwa and myself. We have Professor Miwa, thank you very much. We appreciate the participation. We are excited not because we're excusing President Miwa, but because of the next very, very strategic engagement as we prepare for the launch and officiation of the Nokutula Simelane Center for Gender and Intersectionality, which will be formalized at the university on 3 September in the presence of 3 ministers and the President of the Republic. We also want to take the liberty to invite Kagiso Trust to partner with us in this extraordinary initiative lying ahead, and our engagement with the Premier of the province, who is politically hosting this very prominent gathering in September, is what our focus is for the rest of the day. Colleagues, I truly thank you on behalf of the university for this extraordinary partnership, for our future together, and certainly the impact that this will bring. And it is very clear in the framework of engagement, in the implementation plan, that the focus is on impact. We also will not only include the very important component of postgraduate education, but also a new initiative at the university that focuses very strategically on short learning programs, which is also a strong basis for the research focus that the agreement. I must say, colleagues, I can't resist in closing to quote a narrative from your website that also resonates very strongly with the university. And you say, we continue to demonstrate our capability as a thought leader who inspires society and ignites human capacity to solve critical challenges faced by the country. I think it cannot be a more suitable framing for our partnership ahead. Chairperson, CEO, senior members of executive, as well as those leaders from University of Mpumalanga. Thank you indeed. Please enjoy the rest of the day and especially your time at the university. To highly acknowledge the strong leadership role of Dr. Naledi Mtite, putting this together, but also facilitating the rest of the engagements. Thank you very much.
Good morning, colleagues. We are concluding the signing ceremony of the MoU with the University of Mpumalanga and the Kagiso Trust. In addition to the appreciation that the Deputy Vice Chancellor has made to the Kagiso Trust leadership and their team who have ushered us here with their presence, I also want to emphasize that we appreciate the partnership and we are looking forward for great things to meet ahead. And also the University of Mpumalanga, the trust team that made this possible. We appreciate their inputs and them holding hands and ensuring that this comes to realization. I'm going to ask for the CEO for the Kagiso Trust for him to come and do the vote of thanks and closing remarks. And we bring him forth with a round of applause.
Thank you very much, Program Director. Maybe let me observe the protocol that has been established by previous speakers. Mine is just to thank you, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. As we draw this ceremony to a close, I would like to thank everyone who have joined us and in marking this very important milestone for Kagiso Trust at the University of Mpumalanga. Our purpose as Kagiso Trust is designing models that requires partnership and collaborations to validate them so that we don't only establish pockets of excellence, but we allow our programs to have universal access. And it is for this reason that we are excited about today's signing of the MoU. In the coming months and the coming years, we wish to make the MoU to be a realistic initiative through programs that we will be implementing in conjunction and in partnership with the university, providing opportunities to student researchers, which is what we are earmarking with the university, but most important, designing programs that are responsive to young people who are outside employment, outside education, and outside training, which they make an overwhelming number, as we would know. We trust that this partnership will be built on mutual respect, will be built on shared understanding, will be built on commitment. The chairperson has already mentioned a few partnerships that we've established in the past, and I'm glad that the VC mentioned the HSRC, and maybe let me also mention that we commissioned a study through the HSRC, which is typology for South African civil society organizations, and we use it as a point of reference for informing our contribution to civil society programs. So quite a significant program that deals with civil society organizations in capacity building. And we're looking forward to also establishing similar programs with the university. We also have an initiative that we ran with the CSIR, which was rural connectivity for rural schools and rural communities. It's called Television White Space Program. As we speak, it is currently running in the Sekhukhune East area. We also have a partnership or had a partnership with the University of Pretoria and the National Education Collaboration Trust, where we did a study around education futures. So we are really looking forward to this collaboration with the university. And as I said, it's one thing to sign an MoU, but it's another to give it meaning through the programs that we will be implementing in partnership. On that note, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, COO. We are looking forward to implementing the partnership. Colleagues, this is the conclusion of the signing ceremony for the MoU. So this then ushers us to the research seminar that will be taking place on the venue just opposite to this one. Thank you very much.